debió sentir al escuchar las palabras, estás perdonado. No me debes nada, eres libre. El esclavo se levantó y salió del palacio siendo un hombre nuevo. Pero mientras pensaba en lo que había escuchado del rey, estás perdonado de tu deuda, de repente se le ocurrió, oye, pensándolo bien, hablando de deudas, hay alguien que me debe dinero a mí. Y recordó a un compañero esclavo, un amigo que le debía 100 denarios, dijo Jesús. Ahora un denario equivalía a 16 centavos en la economía actual, el salario de un día. 100 denarios serían $16. Y este esclavo recuerda, conozco a alguien que me debe $16. Así que sale, dice Jesús, lo agarra por el cuello, comienza a estrangularlo y le dice, ahora págame lo que me debes. Ahora bien, esa también era una deuda muy real. Y entonces el compañero esclavo le dice, ten paciencia conmigo y te lo pagaré todo. ¿Te suena familiar? Eso es lo que el primer esclavo le dijo al rey. Pero a diferencia del rey, este esclavo se negó a perdonar esa...
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Shalom, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakach Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Shalom to the elect, the 144,000 first and foremost. Pushing this truth in all sincerity in the four quarters of the earth. And me, Brother Tabar Yakonah, coming at you with another quick video. Lord willing, it's edifying. I had a little video that I'm going to put in the beginning. This guy, he's a pretty popular preacher, quote unquote pastor, Christian. And it was just weird when I was looking at it, I was like, oh man, they got him speaking Spanish and they, but when I looked at him, I was like, damn, is he speaking Spanish or is he not? What the fuck? So, I looked a little deeper and it's just, I'm going to go ahead and pull the scriptures, man. Because we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right. So, this AI is getting... It's gonna, and we already know how it's gonna be, for the most part. But it's really integrating into the society, and it just seems like it's just sucking the life out of this place, man. It's really just sucking the life out of this place. Let's see, ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Right. And Satan, the physical counterpart to the spiritual demon Satan, is Esau, Edom, so-called white man. All right, he plays out the part of Satan on the earth, in the earth. So even though he comes, and the scriptures speak about that, even though he comes crouching, and he comes with, smooth words, and he's really a fork-tongued devil, man, and he's really here to devour you. And he speaks lies, and he's a bloody and deceitful man, as the scriptures also say. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right, so, we also talk about, and I'm gonna get into it in a minute to explain what I saw there. We talk about the accuser of the brethren. The scriptures speak about that. Let's go to it real quick. The accuser of the brethren. All right. Because this is what this devil is set up to do. As the scriptures say, he sitteth in the seat of God, thinking that he is God. So he's gonna, he wants that birthright, but he's gonna try to get it by carnal means. Okay, He's going to try to get that birthright that Jacob Yaiquabbed him out of, or supplanted him out of. Jacob meaning supplanter, which it was all set up in the spirit for him to be supplanted, you know. It was obvious that he was not right to lead to rule the earth. you know. So it was already set up in the spirit, meaning like the Most High had it already. This is how he's going to do it. He's going to show. This is how he's going to show it. And it's all a movie. It's, as we say, it's the Most High's movie. Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, "Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of our Mashiach," says here Christ. "For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." So this is what, this part of the curses being ruled by these Edomites, these heathen. In order for them to keep order in their kingdom, which we're in their kingdom right now, which is this beast system led by America, Babylon the Great, that whore that rides the beast back, that beast being NATO and the EU nations. All those NATO and EU nations, they're allies of that whore, which is America, Babylon the Great. And all of them are pretty much used to oppress you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which that's just the bulk of us. But we're also scattered throughout all the nations. So it's not a color thing. It's not an American thing, quote unquote American thing. Black Americans and South American natives, and we're scattered throughout all the nations. Even so-called Chinese people, so-called African people, which are Hamites. Just because you're melanated doesn't mean that you're. It doesn't make you, an Israelite. There's a clear difference. Like, for instance, Obama, he's not an Israelite. He's a Hamite. But anyways, who knows? He could be a tear. I don't know. He could be a fucking tear. So like, I'm looking at a witch over here. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, as the scriptures say, man. Shalak around, shalak around, shalak around. Hey, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. A big fruitcake. But anyways, getting back to the video, not to veer off too much. Hey, that video had that guy, when he looked forward, his mouth synced up to Spanish, and it looked like he was speaking perfect Spanish. But when he looked off to the side, you could see that it was out of sync. So I brought out the accuser of the brethren because eventually this devil is going to he's going to try to put us in bondage, man. Those that know the truth. What does the scripture say? Be thou faithful unto death. Let's get that real quick. All right. And because this devil, he finna come with it, man. Revelation 2. and 10 reads, I know thy works and tribulation. We'll go to verse 9. Revelation 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. All right. So the Lord knows that we're in straits right now. You know, straits meaning a level of difficulty. It says, but thou art rich. We're rich with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know, we're going through the curses. It says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And so that's speaking of Salahi. You know, that's really kind of speaking of false prophets in Israel right now. Speaking of the Pharisees, you know, so we use that for Esau, but it's really speaking about Israelites. You know, people, you know, those prophets and so-called prophets in purple, you know, pushing all kinds of just madness, man. This is the point, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. 10 is just a perfect number. So it could be a little longer than that. Who knows? It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. Second death is the lake of fire. So, yeah, this devil knoweth that he hath but a short time. Revelation 12 and 12 speaks on that. Short time to do what? To push forth his NWO. That plan of ultimate control, where he's going to try to put a C-hip inside of you, a tracker inside of you, digital tracker. You know, written of in the book of Revelation, 13th chapter, in the 16th and 17th verse, where he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. You know, to receive that mark, that charagma in the right hand or in the foreheads. All right, that brain chip. All right. And so, hey, man, it's about to get it's about to turn up, man. He has no other choice. So he's trying to push that NWO and then that digital system. You saw that he had that Genius Act with the stable coin. You know, that's pushing more digitization into the system by way of money, currency. Now it's just more snaring and entrapment of the people through digital means, by digital means, man. And then you're gonna try to seal it with a chip, seal it with a kiss, with a chip. But anyways, just showing that in the beginning, AI is ramping up. They could use that type of AI to put words, literally put words in our mouth, and send us off, accuse us. And look at them, man; they're talking crazy, and then send us off somewhere, and nobody ever sees us again, man. But hey, we got Yahweh Shem Yahushai and the elect. Hey, the elect will not be harmed. As the scriptures say, you cannot take the elect out of the Lord's hand. So, Lord willing, was edifying, giving all glory, honor, praise Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Shalom.